show you how to make a base for a headpiece using masking tape and a plastic sack. And I really like this technique because you can use it and you can add whatever it is you need to it in order to create anything. I've seen people use this technique to make the Maleficent horns out of. I've seen people use this technique to make like a battle helmet out of for the Halloween costumes. So once you get the base down, you can pretty much do anything else that you want with it. And I'm just going to show you how to do that today. So what you're going to need is masking tape and a plastic sack, just like one you get from Walmart or whatever. I prefer to use the thicker masking tape because it covers more area and just works a little easier, and you use less of it. So you don't have to. If all you have is skinny masking tape, it's going to be fine. You're just going to have to use a little bit more, and it's going to take you a little bit longer. So the first thing that you need to do is choose your model. So this is my model today. You want to make sure that whoever you're making the helmet or whatever headpiece it is, whoever you're making that for needs to be your model because you're going to make it on their head. And so therefore it will fit perfectly onto their head, but it may not fit onto your head. So if you're wanting to make this headpiece for yourself, you're going to have to teach someone else how to do it or have them watch this video so that your headpiece will fit your head. So the first thing that you're going to do is something that you probably thought you would never hear. You're going to put this bag on top of their head. So their head. Now put your hands. Have them put their hands like over their nose like this and hold that out a little so they actually don't suffocate. But that's how you're going to start. And you just want to kind of smush it down so that it fits their head. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your tape and make a band that goes all the way around. Now, something important, you need to know where it is that you want your helmet. So if you need a helmet that goes down over the ears, you want to make sure that your band starts below the ears. If you just want one that's going to stay on top of their head, then you need to make sure that it goes, kind of where their eyebrows are. It really just depends on what you plan on doing with your headpiece. I've seen people use it where they needed something that goes down over their eyes, so they went all the way down to the nose. It's really just up to you. So take your masking tape. And you're just going to go in a circle. Okay, I do mine in 2 pieces so that my tape isn't that long, around where you need the band to go. So as you can see, like here is where like his brow bone is, and that's kind of where I'm going to put mine. So place it in the front here, and as you tape it, you're going to want to pull it tight and make sure that the bag stays tight all the way around his head. Oops. Okay. So you're going to pull it down a little. Finish your circle. Yeah, will you hold that down a little bit? I'm sorry. I always lose the end of my tape. I can't find it. There we go. Well, my tape is not working with me very well. That's better. Your band, again, you want to make sure that you are pulling it tight so that it fits their head. Right? So the idea is to make it so that it will fit their head. So we've got the band, and now the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to take a piece of tape and go from the forehead all the way to the back of the head. If you have some that sticks over past your band, that's fine. You can trim it off when you're done, so don't worry about that. It'll be perfect. So you've gone this way, and now you're going to go ear to ear. Remember, every time you put a piece of tape on, you want to make sure that you're pulling it tight so that it fits the shape of their head. Okay, so now you have like a cross, and you're going to go ahead and now you're going to do the diagonal. So in this space you'll do one here, and then in this space you'll do one here. You good in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so here's our last diagonal. Remember, pulling it tight, pushing it down. Another thing that you want to make sure that you do when you are creating this base is that you are smoothing out the tape so that it really has a good adhesive to that plastic that's on underneath. So from here, now that you have the kind of star on top, you're just going to keep adding tape around it. You can go around in circles. You can keep going off to the side, like from the middle. It's really up to you. But you want to make sure that you finish the whole head so that you can't see any plastic anymore. So wherever it is you want your headpiece to be, that all needs to be covered in a couple of layers of masking tape. So the more masking tape that you have, the sturdier your headpiece will be. Now, obviously, you don't want to use the whole roll of masking tape because that would be ridiculous, but you want to make sure that you have enough layers so that it is sturdy. Go around, top of a couple more times. Making sure, remember, that it's really attached to that plastic, coming up in any weird spaces. That's gonna cause you problems later. Luckily for your model, it pretty much just feels like you're getting a head massage the whole time, so it's kind of cool. Oh my gosh. Plastic right there. You also want to make sure that your whole headpiece here has the same number of layers. So if you're walking around and you're looking at your headpiece and you notice that some of the layers seem to have more tape than others, some places you can kind of see the plastic, sometimes you can't see the plastic at all. You want to make sure that everything is pretty even, so that way your headpiece is pretty evenly sturdy. It looks like right here I need a couple of, you can't see it because it's bright, but right here is kind of thin. So I'm going to add some more pieces there across the head. And because I'm doing it really fast, but get the so when you're done, when you think that you're done, you're going to have a lot of ends right here, like ends of tape. So I like to just do a couple more around the band, just like we started at first, so that you can just kind of seal those edges down a little, so that we don't have any pieces that are going to want to pop up or cause problems. So just do a couple around your band again. I like to do 2 widths. all the way around. Almost done. Making sure that everything is tight and smoothed out. You don't have any places where it looks like the tape is going to come up. All right, so it looks pretty good, feels pretty good. So the next thing that we're going to do is they're going to actually take it off of their head. So when we take this off, it's going to retain the shape of his head, which is going to be really cool. So. All right, so as you can see, it still kind of looks like it's sitting on his head. And then the last part that you do before you start to add stuff to it is you're just going to trim it. So we don't want all this plastic down here at the bottom, all these extra tape pieces. I'm just going to trim it around where I had that initial band. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to add stuff to it. It's not a big deal. These scissors are not great. Okay, so then you can see on the inside here, it's got the plastic in there, and on the outside is the tape. And so stick it back on his head, and there you go. His ears stick out and everything. And then you can add things to this. If you want to know more about some different ways that you can add things to this, or a couple of extra tips on how to prepare things to add to your headpiece, I'm going to upload another video, so check that out. And in the meantime, happy crafting. Bye. Turn it off.